Yeah, I'm trying to get this mic straight. I always use it when I'm driving. So, hey guys, I don't get a chance to sit down and do the videos I want to do, so I'm going to start using my lives again for Re-Education of a Nation and on my private page. But I can tell you right now, what's on my mind is the future of our country. And when I say that, I'm not taking into account the Trumps, the Bidens, the Kamalas. I'm not taking into account any of that. What I'm taking into account is the average day, you and me, the average day worker, the average everyday person who's sitting there trying to figure out what's next. You see, the big thing that we're ignoring right now is how COVID, and I heard this earlier today, and it was something that's been on my mind. I just needed to see something to stimulate my thought process a little bit more. But I've talked about it before. How COVID is going to change your fucking life forever, and the U.S. economy and the job market. With all of this remote learning, with all of this remote work, with all of this remote everything, there is going to be massive job loss. And y'all can say what you want. You can say, oh, Ryan, everything is going to go back to normal. No, the hell it's not. It's not going back to normal. It's never going back to the AKA normal that it was ever. It's not. Companies have realized that I don't need all this office space. Therapists have realized I don't need all this office space. Companies are going, well, if we build our online presence more like they have, we're going to sit there and do more with less overhead. All we got to do is use the same formula that Amazon's use. Now, unless everyone wakes up one day and goes, you know what, I want to touch it, feel it, rub it, smell it, that's what I want. But it's so much easier to not have all of this overhead with all of these people. Unless you're in a specialized field, unless you are in a field that demands growth. And even with IT, I have friends in IT now that are telling me that they are looking for AI to do what it takes 5 to 6 to 10 IT specialists to do that can do remotely from home. You need to wake up, America. I'm sorry. Every decade, every 20, 30, 40 years, give or take, every generation, something drastic has changed. I go back to the fact that I didn't used to really give it a lot of credit during the Obama administration because I talked to so many different people that hated Obama, they liked Obama, and I'm not all over the place, so just follow where I'm going with it. There's a damn point to prove by someone in this world to make this a global thing. They are taking away your individuality as an American citizen, and they're pushing a globalist mindset. You can look at the stock market and see it. You can look at the policies that we have and that are going on right now. You can look at how things tend to shift. And the reason how I can say this with confidence is because why is it that even though we're the supposed superpower, the most powerful nation in the world, when we choke, the world chokes? Even right now, if there isn't a globalist push to make America what it is, or isn't, or wasn't, or whatever it is, whatever their agenda is, why is it that when we cough, the world goes, is everything okay? Do we need to worry about the world? Because if America fucks up, we all fucked up. And I know everyone was saying, and this is why if you don't follow politics and you don't pay attention to the writing on the wall, the little thin thing at the bottom of the contract, everyone hated Trump. Everyone that no one could be on the fence with his policies. But 18% of African Americans or blacks voted for him. So that had to tell you something. They just couldn't be fucking up under the teacup. That just didn't happen. And the fact that a large Latino population voted for him too, there's something else going on. You cannot get caught up in this agenda that is taking away your jobs. I want all of you to think about the simple fact of what COVID did and what it's about to undo. The immigration policies that were so horrid and putrid, I want you to go down, sit down, do some numbers, and see what the average family gets that has no American citizenship, that is here trying to become citizens. What do they pay in taxes? I want you to talk to someone who came to this country legally and see what hell they had to go through to maintain and to stay, I say maintain, an American citizen. People who are uninformed, people who say these stupid ass things like we don't need tighter immigration, you're dumb as fuck. Because the economy is based upon people paying taxes. And the more people you have not paying taxes means the poorer bastards, the people like you and I that are having this beer, having those conversations over beer and peanuts and watching FICA fuck us in the ass, is the reason why you're getting screwed. I don't care, and you may be right, Steve, and you are damn right, Jason. You're not going to get the same benefits as an American taxpayer who's struggling. You're not. You're not going to get it. I don't care what you say. So what you need to understand is that, and let me calm down a little bit, is that if Trump's policies were so shit, why is Biden not completely undoing everything he fucking did like a kid at Christmas unwrapping gifts? I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not pro-Biden. I'm pro-poor-ass American. And there's things that were at play that y'all fail to understand. And someone, well, you don't understand their policies, Ryan, and you must be a pro-Trumper. No, I'm a realist bastard. I'm a realist. I'm a person who was raised by the greatest generation. I'm a person who was raised by people from the 70s. I am a person that is 4 generations removed, maybe 5 generations from slavery if possible. So my mindset isn't that of someone who is an elitist. My mindset is that of someone who is still trying to get out the bondage of financial fucking slavery. So when you sit there and you take a side, when you have no money in the game, when you have nothing to put on the table to say, hey, I'm going to float this boat playing poker, shut the fuck up. Because you don't have a dog in this hunt. You don't. And every time you support someone that does something that takes you back, that takes and take color out of it, that takes the basic American citizen and puts them under the gun backwards, you fucking up. And you like, Ryan, well, you started this thing talking about jobs. You started talking about COVID. Yes, because even with all that going on, they have shadowed and covered up all the things that they're doing behind the closed doors because of COVID. Yeah, that's what they did, love Tim Burton. Yeah, that's what you did. And you sat there wanting to be a part of a political push. You want to be the part of a proud political party. And none of them give a fuck about you. None of them. And now, what are you going to tell your kids to do? How screwed up education-wise, how behind are the kids that could not go to school and learn during COVID? How behind are they going to be? How far do they have to go to catch up? How stressed out are teachers going to be? This education system is never going to go away from online learning. And I'm going to tell you what's going to end up happening. In order for your kid to go to school, I was just talking to a friend of mine about that, they're going to make it so your kid has to have the COVID shot of an experimental fucking drug. Yes, it's coming. And am I knocking those who've taken it? Hell no. Do you do? Do you do? Do what you want to do. Be you. I'm not taking nothing from you. But what I am saying to you is that you got to wake up politically. And you have to wake up politically. Some people want to say, now there are some things that I've heard coming out of the Republican Party in Congress that, I forgot the chick's name, it was way far right, but that has nothing to do with me. But we have the same thing on the left as well. And so these conversations are me talking to everyday people, me talking to everyday citizens who sit there and go, hey, you know, he's got a point. That's how I feel every day. I just don't say it. I don't have a platform to say it on. Well, guess what? I've chosen to make a fucking platform to say it on. And I'm telling you, nothing is free. This next round of stimulus, tell me why. Let's put this into perspective. The economy has been going to shit for years. Okay, it just has. Why did it take COVID to reenact the child tax credits? Why? Am I the only one that got their taxes done and 1 year they had a tax credit, the next minute they didn't? Am I the only one that when I owned the house, that when I got interest, a tax break because of interest I paid on my mortgage, am I the only one that noticed when that went away, everything went to shit? COVID has been used to hide bad political decisions. And what's happening now is that your future is going to be very dependent upon what field you choose to work in. I am sorry. That is what's going to happen. If you are not in a specialized field, you are now considered completely fucking expendable. We can do more with less. Businesses are refining their tactics. And let me say this, whatever American thinks that $15 an hour, Lord, my brain locks up when I talk about it because it's the stupidest shit I've heard in years. The potential $15 an hour minimum wage isn't going to affect us. You've lost your rabbit ass mind. When has any business swallowed losses when they can make so many gains? Why the hell would I sit there and absorb the loss of having to pay someone $15 an hour when I can sit there and drive the price up for something I know you're going to pay for? See, all these promises that these politicians make to you, all these things that sit there and get your blood pumping, and I hate Trump and I hate Biden. But y'all do realize, you do realize that in order for most of this shit to go through, unless it's a presidential blah blah skibbity skip that they use, don't y'all realize that these are the bastards that approved these bills? Don't you realize that he didn't think this shit up by himself? There's probably congressmen and senators and all these other fuckers behind him that are sliding this to him, going, this will look good for it, Joe. Go, Joe. Go, Joe. And just like Trump, yeah, Mr. Trump, this will look good with the economy if you sit there and do this and people will support you. See, y'all get blinded by the media when you need to know basic government. Who does what and why? And for what fucking reason do they sit there and give these bills to these presidents? It has nothing to do with you. Somewhere, somehow, somebody's going to make a buck off your ass. Off your taxpaying ass. And you're sitting here and you're not planning for the fact that COVID's about to bend your ass over. It really is. And it's not about being sick. Let me see what Jason wrote. Society has become more healthy, health conscious, which has already hit the fast food industry. Throw on top of that a $15 an hour minimum wage. Idea, bye-bye jobs. Exactly. $15 an hour is going to kill the small business owner. I just watched a segment on Bloomberg, and I forgot the gentleman's name, but it's a columnist on New York Times, and he was hitting this conversation on the head. I've been thinking about this for months, and he was hitting it on the head. He was basically saying, we need more innovation. We need more people thinking. We need more companies out here creating themselves. We need more jobs because jobs create taxes. Taxes help fund this fucking country. So you tell me how, if we need jobs and y'all talk about opening the goddamn border for immigration, explain that shit to me. Explain it to me. Talk to me like I'm a 5-year-old because that doesn't make any sense to me. Y'all want to know why houses cost so much? I keep talking about this, but no one's hearing me. Because the dollar ain't worth the paper it's fucking printed on, bro. It's not. So many, there's a dude's YouTube page called Minority Mindset. Dude is awesome. He talks about all this stuff. And he's talked about how Kevin Kiyosaki has talked about it also, about how the dollar is not backed by gold anymore. It hasn't been since the Nixon administration. And so it's just there. And so the economy can just flood it with money. I know I'm all over the place, but all this ties in. Start the fucking video from the beginning and get all what you need to do. Get your learning on, son. So with that, you have to plan better. You have to teach your kids better. And you have to prepare for the bullshit. Because the wave ain't hit yet. The wave has not hit yet. And it's coming. The bad policies are coming. Y'all think y'all seen them, and half the policies y'all don't even know about. Half the shitty ass policies, y'all don't even understand all of them in the books. You don't. I just had to talk about it, had to get it off my chest, just wanted to share with y'all. Because it's amazing to me how we don't understand the political climate in our country. We don't understand the hoops and the shows. Like this fucking impeachment shit. Bruh. I don't care. The man's out of office. Okay? He's out of office. He's out of office. Brian, you're not getting the whole picture. I get a wasted ass fucking tax dollars. I get that. I get wasted goddamn time. I get that. I get that y'all are doing this to Trump so y'all can sit there and make sure he never runs for any fucking political office or gets benefits or protection again in life. I get that. You sound like you're pro-Trump. No, I'm pro-fucking American. That's the biggest waste of fucking time you can do. Y'all are sitting here, and I'm on this now, y'all are sitting here saying that this man single-handedly caused all those people to do that. He single-handedly caused all those people to run through the Capitol and smear feces and piss. He single-handedly, I mean, do you not understand what that sounds like? Do y'all, am I the only one that's like, hey, we got some more shit to worry about than this dude that got voted out? I'm kind of confused. But you know, that's politics. And so if y'all don't vote these politicians out that are pushing for this bullshit, they're gonna stay. And the problem is, most American voters are ignorant as hell. They just are. Exactly, Jason. If you're not with us, you're a fucking against us. And that, my friend, is the problem. That's another topic. I want to stay on point. So the point is, with all this going on, COVID has overshadowed your ability to see the true politics in this country happen in front of your face. With COVID going on, you have to have foresight, understanding that the changes to the political and economic climate, in this country are going to possibly get worse. You can sit there and throw as much money at it as you want, unless you're creating freaking jobs, you've done nothing. Unless you're removing this vacuum of American companies leaving this country to go elsewhere, you have done nothing. Unless you fix that tax loophole where companies like Alphabet, Amazon, and everybody else pay no fucking federal taxes, you've done nothing. All you've done is talk shit. And all we've done is support you talking shit. And like Shonda just said, it sounds batshit fucking crazy. And I'm not fucking playing. And I know I'm cursing. I don't give a shit. Because that's the only time people tend to fucking hear you, is when you sit there acting like a complete jackass. But politicians don't care. Y'all need to stop getting caught up in the headline and read the fine print. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Stop looking at shit that the media is controlled by those who want you to hear certain shit. Point blank proven. They just announced, and this is what I'm talking about, jobs. They just announced that Mondelez, all y'all working the Bisco Go Cookies, are closing 2 plants in the country. 2 plants in the country are being closed. Why? Because the COVID. It sucks. So this is what I need y'all to do. I need American citizens, black, white, Latino, tax-paying fucking American citizens to start their own shit. Be innovators again. Take control again. Stop letting the world control everything. I bet you if you start digging into these countries, those the most claimed to be woke are the ones detached from the truth. Facts, Jason. And this is what I'm trying to say. Look at who owns what. You've got Chinese, Japanese, Canadian, all these countries, but primarily the Chinese, are buying up American property. They're also dismantling your country from the inside out. I'm not making this shit up. And that tells me that there are people in your government that are okay with it, that are getting kickbacks, because they want to sit there and be on the side of the devil than be in his path. Well, I'm telling Americans, get up off your ass and be Americans again. The only way you're going to sit there and control this fucking narrative is to be independent of the working class machine. COVID has made us all dependent. Kind of convenient, isn't it? I'm not making stuff up. I'm just sitting there having a conversation with a group of my friends who sit there and feel the same way I do. Like and share it, go to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to put this video on YouTube for everyone else to see. But I'm being honest with you. Until we start making a stand, until we start saying what's important, nothing is going to matter. Until we have standards again. Until we have pride in America again. You know what's crazy? You sit there and we say American pride, made in America, right? But nothing's really made here anymore. And if it is made here, the cost is astronomical. It is. You know why? Because there's no one saying the truth. The reason why you can't afford to do anything, and I talk about this on every one of my channels, the reason why you can't afford anything is because the dollar's weak. The dollar's weak because we don't own shit. We don't own shit because somebody globally wants to have your asses under their thumb. That's the point, and because Ryan says so. Stone say Stone Cold. But I'm being honest, guys. All these, and not likely made illegal. No, they're not. And I can guarantee you, if you took a poll, how much income's being sent back across that's not taxed. See, we have to get this housing market under control. You have to get two things under control, in my mind, to sit there and make American citizens able to take care of themselves. You ready? It's only three things. Sorry. Healthcare, daycare, and housing. Say it with me again. Healthcare, daycare, and housing. Those things are what cripple families. And you're like, well, Ryan, what about food? Tell your fucked up ass congressman to stop paying farmers not to farm. Tell your fucked up ass congressman to tell farmers that the only way they can do this is if they sell their crops overseas to make a profit. You didn't know that was happening? You were unsure? That's what they do. That's what they've done. So when you sit there and you take the ability to feed a nation for a nation to feed itself, and you make it more profitable, riddle me this, Batman, you make it more profitable to ship 5 tons of corn across the ocean than it was to feed a family of fucking 2, you are fucking your country. Well, it's a trade deficit. Well, fuck them. You think the Chinese, you think any other countries worry about how the American citizens are living? You think they give a rat's ass about how your kids get into school? And if they have a nutritious, non-GMO sponsored lunch? And I said GMO sponsored because those companies are giving the government and your local schools free food. Yeah, they want your kids sick. Yeah. Why do you think there's such a push? America has dismantled its industrial systems just to make foreign countries. They dismantled their foreign systems because of outside influences getting into our political system. And because of greedy ass politicians. That's what's happened. That's why we're here. That's why COVID is so conveniently neat. And y'all can say what you want about the conspiracy theory. I don't have those. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. No, it's no way that was done on purpose, possibly, maybe, or that, that couldn't have been handled a lot better, okay, or maybe, or could it be like the fact that, I don't know, it's mighty convenient that a Democratic president took office, and every time that there's a Democratic president in office, somehow, some way, the medical industry booms. The pharmaceuticals industries boom under, Democratic politicians. I could be wrong. Orion, they all do it. That's like telling me that big oil does well under Democrats. It doesn't. It does okay. But it doesn't do like when there's a Republican behind the wheel. No, sir. No, sir. I don't care what you tell me. I don't. Because if you look at the stock market, Big Pharma been running the show. And that's enough for today. I just want to have a conversation with y'all. I want a little food for thought. Go to my channel. Hey guys, text me, email me, message me. Tell me stuff you want me to talk about. If you come across some news or something you want me to research and speak on, I'll do that too. I don't mind. If you want to be on the show, let me know. But this video will be loaded onto YouTube. And I probably will delete it. So if you want to share it with your friends, they got to go to my YouTube channel, Re-Education of a Nation. And don't forget the podcast. And if you want to be on the podcast, great. If you have ideas, if you have concepts, if you want to sit there and you want to talk about things that are on your mind as an American citizen, if you want to be on the show just to talk about what's pissing you off, come holler at your boy. This has been Ryan Gardner, Re-Education of a Nation. Peace.